My grandfather told me a story that lives in my bones. A story about courage in the dark, drums in the rain, and a promise that changed the world. He said, "Listen well. This is how Haiti became the first free black republic," he began. "It started with the land itself. Before anyone called it Saint-Domingue, they called it Iat, which meant mountainous country. Ridges like sleeping giants, winds that carry salt from the sea, valleys green after rain. But beneath that beauty, there was a system of chains. Ships crossed the ocean to deliver human beings to plantations that fed distant empires. Sugar, coffee, indigo were all wealth on the books of others, and a life of forced labor for the people who cut it from the earth. Remember, Grandpa would say, it wasn't only pain that brought our people together, it was hope. After long days, they whispered in the shadows. They dreamed of their children safe, of names restored, of dignity returned. They remembered rhythms from home and faiths that survived the crossing. They learned the land its paths, its rains, its hidden places. And in August of 1791, the whisper became a drumbeat. He told me about a night in the Forest Boys, Cayman, a gathering remembered not for spectacle but for its solemn promise. In the clearing beneath storm clouds and torchlight, leaders called for unity and courage. Men and women stood in a circle, hands steady, despite the rain. Oaths were taken to rise together, to fight for life itself, to seek freedom or die on the road to it. They asked for courage, Grandpa said softly, and courage answered. Days later, flames flickered on the horizon. Plantations that had stood as symbols of power now signaled a new beginning. The uprising had become a revolution. Out of that struggle, a leader emerged, Toussaint Louverture. My grandfather spoke his name with respect. Toussaint was a strategist, a diplomat, a man who could read the wind of politics and the map of the island. He organized, negotiated, trained. He turned scattered fires into a disciplined force and showed the world that the people of this land would not return to chains. But the world did not surrender easily. Spain watched. Britain landed troops. France sent armies more than once. My grandfather would lean forward at this part and say, "Do not forget." Many empires tried to break what our people had begun. Yet the hills and the heat, the storms and the swamps, the knowledge of every footpath eased fought alongside the people. Unity fought alongside them too. The revolution survived pressures that were meant to crush it. Then came a bitter turn. In 1802, Toussaint was taken captured by deceit, sent across the ocean, and locked away in a cold stone prison. The flame dimmed, Grandpa said, but it did not die. Others carried it, above all Jean-Jacques, Dessalines. Where Toussaint navigated diplomacy, Dessalines hammered clarity. This was not a struggle for better conditions under a master. This was a struggle to end mastery itself. Freedom, not favors. A country, not a colony. The fighting sharpened. The vision cleared. And on November 18, 1803, the revolution reached its final roar. The defenders of the island faced down a powerful empire and would not yield. My grandfather said there was thunder that daced some from the sky, some from the ground. When the battle ended, the will of the occupiers was broken. By year's end, their banners fell and their ships withdrew. Then came the dawn. January 1st, 1804, in Gonaives. The new nation declared its independence and took back its original name, Haiti, the first free black republic. My grandfather's voice always softened here. He said that declaration carried more than words, it carried the weight of those who had whispered in the dark. The courage sworn in the rain, the memory of the ones who did not live to see the morning. It told the world, we are not property, we are people. It lit a signal fire that traveled across oceans and into the hearts of the oppressed. He never pretended that the story ended with fireworks and easy days. The price was heavy. Isolation followed. Debts were demanded. The new nation faced storms both outside and within. But the meaning did not change. Freedom, Grandpa told me, is not a gift handed down by the powerful. It is a duty taken up by the people and passed from one generation to the next. So when I say that Haiti became the first free black republic, I'm not only reciting dates, I am remembering hands joined in a circle, I am hearing drums against the night. I am seeing leaders who refuse to bend and communities who would not be erased. I am feeling the stubborn hope that held when armies marched and promises were betrayed. Grandpa would finish on the porch at dusk, watching the light fade over the hills. "Carry it," he'd say. "Carry the lesson. Remember that unity can bend history, that courage can outlast an empire, that the name Haiti is a promise as well as a place." This is the story he gave me, and now I pass it to you. We will never forget. New Pap Jam Bliye.